Hi, it's Izzy. So this week we're doing um, school is our subject, um, which I guess I'll just talk about my kind of experiences. It's kind of a weird subject for me because I dropped out of high school in the October of grade 10. Um, so I really haven't gone through that. I don't have a lot of the experiences that some of you have. But school was always like really hard for me. I always got like okay marks, but I don't know, I just really had a tendency to get really stressed out and overwhelmed over school, and people picked on me in school a lot. Um, from the time I started to the time I left. Uh, and I mean when I was really little, it was about things like the way I talked and the way I dressed. Um, my mom always bought me secondhand clothes, and I had a stutter, and I brought these really healthy lunches my mom made for me, and it was like that wasn't cool. That's not cool. So I got picked on a lot in school. Then when I got older, it was again the way I dressed, but it was the way I had decided to dress. I was a little goth in like grade 8, 9, sort of 7. Um, and like that's not a bad thing. That's still part of my identity. Um, and it was also me experimenting with my gender expression. And people mocked me for that. And getting older, I mean, they also mocked me for my sexual orientation because I was the in high school, well, the one year I was there, I was like the only out queer kid in our little country Catholic school, and it was sort of interesting because a lot of people came to me and actually came out to me, because I was the only visible person who was like them. Um, but a lot of people, it was very like it wasn't that malicious bullying. It was more like they just didn't understand. They would tell me that what I was doing was against the Bible, and I'd be like, we're in the middle of math class. I can't get into this. Like, please. But yeah, I left school because I was sort of having a little mental health breakdown, which happens every once in a while for me. And the year previous, I had made friends with all the grade 12s, this little like stoner group, and then they had all left, so I didn't have any friends in school. So I just didn't go to school for those 3 years, but I worked really hard on like all my interests, and even like some school things. I did math and stuff, but I did it by myself, and I had my own schedule and my own self-discipline. And apparently it worked because I did my SATs and I got into university. Um, I got accepted to two universities, which was pretty good, um, which is where I'm at now. I finished my first year. I'm just about to start my second year in about a week, which I'm super excited for. I really like it there. I study visual art and art history, so it's like I actually do physical studio art classes, but then I study art history too. And I just really enjoy it, and even more than the actual subject and the classes, I enjoy the environment of being in university. The place I go has a really amazing, vibrant, like queer trans community. Everybody was really sort of friendly and welcoming. It's very like-minded people there. Um, and yeah, I'm just really, really glad that I got there, you know, too blessed to be stressed. Uh, but so like the thing I'm trying to get across here is like if you're younger, and especially like trans people or queer people really get bullied a lot, um, or you're just stressed, you're not doing well in school, you need to take some time, you need to, like, it's not the end of the world. Like, there are other ways things work themselves out. Um, High school isn't this, like, insurmountable barrier. Like, you can, there are other ways. um, and it really doesn't matter as much as you think it matters. Um, so yeah, that's sort of my advice about school. See you next week.